Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Midweek Moment. In our series Abundance, we've been talking about the contrast between abundant life and scarcity and the mindsets that we live into. So often, gratitude can be hard to feel. And I think it's because of this thing that Brene Brown, she's a shame researcher, she talks about this, that oftentimes we have this foreboding joy, that in our preoccupation with scarcity, we're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, even when it comes to gratitude. And other times we're living into this Pollyanna syndrome. Pollyanna is a classic novel in which the main character practices and plays this game called the glad game. At least, she says, this terrible thing happens, at least insert gratitude. And there's something that, not to hate on Pollyanna, there's something that feels like it's papering over reality in the middle of that. I think about the story in Luke's gospel about the widow's mite. We see these two contrasting images smashed up against one another. We see the legal experts parading themselves in the temple courts, puffing themselves up. And then we see a widow who, in the nothing that she has, offers 2 coins. She extends it in this act of gratitude and generosity and trust. So often, living in a posture of gratitude is less about living in a place of being puffed up and more about living in a place of being open-handed. That in our open-handedness, we remember that the storehouse is for those who are suffering, is for the poor, is for the orphan, is for the widow, the immigrant, the sick, the unloved. And in the middle of that acknowledgement, we can know that even when things are difficult, all of God is in every place, that we can practice generosity because of the generous presence of God. And there's always reason to give thanks for this. So often, gratitude isn't about papering over reality. It's about being willing to name it, for better or for worse, to grapple with the grief and the gratitude around it, and to look to the one who is our hope and holds all things. That's all for this week's Midweek Moment. We'll see you on Sunday.